so there's not a lot of wind. And the top mark last night, we had a little bit of a boat handling snafu, and lost some miles to the leaders, but we were able to kind of sail through everybody except Holcim. And now in the light air, we came up the back of them, and basically we're going to sail under their wind shadow, and most of the routing calls for a jibe, so it seemed like a good time to jibe, even though we were kind of gaining by going straight, but that was going to come to an end, sitting in their gas. So did something about it, jibed off, and going well now. So we'll see.
It's routing time.
Routing time. It's sort of always routing time on this leg. Everything's pretty time sensitive, so have to keep checking in. But yeah, right now we're halfway through our sort of keel loop to get our timing right into the fjord. Well, I guess the big challenge of this leg is, yeah, there's just so much navigation, so many marks, TSS zones, yeah, other ships to dodge, you know, constricted, much more coastal sailing than sailing on the open ocean. So kind of a different challenge, but yeah, pretty busy. And this leg is short, only 3 days, so yeah, the racing's tight, but there's little room for error, so we got to push hard all the way. This evening we'll be going fast again. And then it'll be sleeping time.
We are getting into Kia. As you can see, there are a lot of boats around, and it's pretty crazy, you know. Everybody show up and check it out. So it's cool. It's quite windy. We finally got some breeze, 15 knots, and yeah, we need to keep our eyes open because there are a lot of spectator boats. But it's really cool. If you look outside, there are like so many boats, you know. It's crazy. It's nice. So it's very narrow place with a lot of spectators boats and pads. Very nice ambience, but it's a little bit tricky when you are going at 23 or 25 knots in the middle.
Next, we go to the top of Denmark. But it's probably more complicated than that. We've got islands and channels and ferries and bridges and TSS's and shallows. But we're headed north. And then when we head south again, that'll be towards the Hague. So, complicated, maybe, let me rephrase that. The most complicated bit is probably behind us. We'll see.